the plyometric studies, Michel Marina go very deep in this study. He published.
Yeah, he do that. We do that together. We do that together in La Fucharda. So with the girls that we have in '92 in this time. So yes. So we do a special program for that. We do a special conditioning and physical prep program and we get the result for the study that he do. So it was very interesting for me also to work with the university for this kind of studies and to have the support of the things. We have a lot of media in this moment because we are in Olympic preparation in youth city. So it's we have a huge possibility to do a lot of things. So yeah, it was very interesting, but always scientific support of your training. No, like let's see what's happened, and if we do, we do, and let's see what's no. You must to have the certitude that your system function. If not, you are like you throw like this, like a coin, and you wait and you say no.
Yeah, it's how you can use the indicators in your favor, because when you have the resources for a lab close to the gym, and when the research, they are close to the athletes, it's like what happened in EAT Leipzig and in Germany, or Freiburg, the case of Flavio, when they have on the Uni Freiburg, they measure all the equipment from FIG. Yeah, the FIG lab. When you have the research close to the athletes, you will find a way, because you will take an X-ray. You take the X-ray first. You measure, you understand the indicators, and you play with the whole mix. And you say, okay, I put more down in this period of the training. I will put more higher. What happened if it happens something in the personal life of the gymnast, because they are humans, and some civilians can die, or one problem, and can happen everything. And I like how you see this, because you make a long time ago, and now the sports science start to understand we need to go close with the high performance with measure. And I remember what you say about physiology, because Monem Gemini is a professor. He make a lot of study about the rotationals, Olympic rotations, for understand if they will change this on the future for the physiology requirement of the gymnast. For example, in the 6 events in MAG and the 4 events in girls, because it's not the same when you start on floor and when you finish.
Sure. Yeah, exact. Yeah. You have an impact is very different, and for everything, you know, after that we can speak also about the mental part of the training. So we know that the mental part and the psychological qualities are fundamental in gymnastics and in sports in general, and high performance more. But when you start on beam, it's not the same when you start on beam and when you start on floor. You start on vault, energetic. I say more energetic events. When you start in energetic events, you can have less or more. You can manage a little bit more. So the first diagonal, you know that you must to manage. The vault is rebouncy, but they are energetic specialty or energetic event. But for the beam, when you start with beam, you can start. It's not an energetic one. It's a psychologic one. It's a psychologically one. So this one, you must be prepared to work on things. I remember very good or very bad, we can say that. We lose the Olympic qualification direct in 2015 in Glasgow. We lose because we start on beam. 5-fold for the French team, 5-fold. So we lose directly. We was very prepared. We do a competition against Romania in Romanian, and we are very close to Romania in this time. We do a lot of nice, good, very interesting preparation, but start on beam, and we prepare the start of beam, but it was not enough. So we prepare, we start on beam, and we start directly. It was very special because in beam in Glasgow, the girls are coming from down for the training was under the platform. The platform was under. So all the training, the warm up was under the competition hall. So we come from down, so we come from under the things, and we go up in a platform like this, The girls must to go up, present for the things. The competition hall was completely black, just like a spot. Like it was like the first time that we have something like that, like a huge spectacle for gymnastics. No, so fire when you go out from the staff, and the girls they lose the energy, the concentration, the focus, just when they go out. They go out, and we don't prepare that. We don't prepare the environment.
And there is when you see the specificity of the training.
Exactly. So if you prepare, if you need to prepare everything. I do a special tape that when we have the control, I do a special tape with the environment for the noise. So I prepare, I think when we do the preparation, I prepare a tape when I can set that for the control that we have at home, but never I prepare the place where you are competing, when you're supposed to
the beam in a platform.
And that, so yes, I do a lot of things just to manage that we can have everything has happened. But we don't imagine that when you go from down, we go up. You have the fire, you have the style, you must to present completely dark, only projector, and the girls was completely lost. So we start on beam with this environment, and we lose five fall, and we lose five fall, and we lose the selection, direct selection. So we must to pass by the test event one more time, go to Brazil, and just prepare this kind. So just to tell you that the psychological preparation, it's something that it's the one of the most important thing that we have in gymnastics or in each sports that you compete at the high level and high performance.
When you mentioned in the past, one of the more important author of France is Carrasco, when he created this new way to describe movements in gymnastics in Paris. And later you told me about, okay, Emilio, I start to make this study about the motion preference. And you told me one day, when we travel in the flight, I know if my gymnasts need to sleep in this way or this way for rest, because if they don't do that, and the next day they are tired. If you can give us how born this idea.
Yes, so the motion preferences, we know that everyone, I do just very course one, because I do some course, specific course in Europe for that. So I will prepare that for this summer. But I do one presentation like this for the European camps, European Union of Gymnastics camp in Tirrenia 2 years ago. I do another one for Italy also. So when you work with everyone, we don't speak about sports, but we speak everyone. He's functioning with a system like the motion. We have motion preferences, depending of it's come from your DNA. You can change that. It's come from you, from your parents, for your grandparents. So you have some component that it's completely independent of your environment. We know that you have the directionality. We know that we have some aspect of the motricity of the motion. It's completely independent of your environment, and it's only personal to you. You have it's like a determine that you have a special motion profile, and it's a profiler job to determine what you are. If you are, for example, we have some element, it's the vision. We know that we have vision, and we know that we have a motor high. The motor high, one of the two, determine which side of your brain is working. If you are, it's a test, we do a testing to determine which high you are in the motor, not the directionality. The directionality is when you have a shooting, and you take this, you close one eye, and when you do this one, you know that you have one of the two eyes. One of the two is the direction. Direction eye is something different than the motor eye. The motor eye is a special testing that you must to do with the person in front of you. So this determine which brain area you are working with, or what is your dominant. Not what you are working with, because you are working in the two both, but what is your dominant and your preference. If you are highs, right highs, right high motor determinant or motor dominant, you work with the opposite, with the left side of your brain is your priority. If you are the other side, you work in the right brain, the right hemisphere, cerebral hemisphere. So depending which one, we know that some side of your brain give the priority of what is your motion tendency. We know that when the right, for example, brain is more like anticipation. It's more like the movement, the continuity of the movement. It's more like the other side is more isolate action. The other one is more like a space reference. The distance between you and a wall, for example. This is come from the left side of your brain. So depending which one you are, the dominants are working more in this side or in this hemisphere, cerebral hemisphere. So that's one. That's the vision. After that, you have the breeze. The breeze, you are up breather or you are low breather. Everyone is different. People can breathe naturally more in high, so open the chest and breathe from up, and some people are breathing with the stomach and breathing for down. So that's the difference also. You have how you can be, for example, like associate and dissociate rotation in twisting. I mean, some people are working like a block. The shoulder and the hips are working in the same time, like a block with your vertebral column. So you work like this. This one are associate, but you have some people who are in twisting tendency. So the shoulder work are going in the direction of the rotation, and the hips stay. If I take another example, very clear, Nadal and Federer. Nadal is a twisting one. He's a dissociate, and Federer is an associate one. So when they do the smash, for example, when they do the start, when they do the smash, or when they do the service, one is very in torsion and use all the diagonal muscles, and the other one is very block and use the complete block from the down part of your body. One, Nadal, he's working on the high part and do the serve, and Federer is the reverse. Federer is associate, so he's working with a lot of abdominals. So that's the difference that you can have. So if you do like a studies in gymnastics, you know that some girls are working in rotation and they are more or better in early twisting or late twisting. So you have the two both. So you can anticipate the rotation with the shoulder. If the girls or the guy, he's associate, it's better for you as a coach to determine that the technique that you will use, it's more late twisting and not earlier twisting, is more for people or girls who are dissociate. So if you determine which one are the gymnasts you are working with, you can orient it and do choice very easily and very early to be sure that you don't take the wrong way with one gymnast. And the last one is the directionality, right, left. We know it's a world question all around the year. Which one is the good one? Logical. You write with the left. You write with the right. You are right writer. You turn on the left. You must to turn on the left. Right writer, turn on the left. Because when you do a throwing in rotation, like with a discus or throw a stone, for example, if you want to throw a stone, you are in rotation left, but you are hand holder. So you hand, and which legs did you set on front? The left one. So you have the left on front, the left rotation, and the right holder. So when you write, that means you are right on when you hold something. The rotation must be on the left, and the first legs must be also on the left. So that's something that can use, and you can use for the motion preferences to be sure that you don't do the mistake. How many kids are rotating in the wrong side? Never you have a system where you say it's like this because of the physiology, because of the mechanic system. It's like this. We know that this one, when you cross your arms like this, you determine one of the basics motricity that you have. One is down and the other one is on the top, right? So you know this one, when you are down, this one is your side for the rotation. Yeah, okay. So when you are like this, that's mean for you, this you can try to change, you are not able to change the cross. That's come from your DNA. If you are like this, it's because the natural is like this. So like this, the under one, when you go down, this one is the rotation, the natural, your natural rotation. So if you want to do that, you cannot, because you can try to do, but no. So that's one of the elements that the most simple testing is this one. This one is you cross your head. And what I tell you before, you tell me for the plane situation, when you have a long travel, we know that you have two different people in general in the population. We have two different, aerial and groundy. Groundy are the people who are very ground based. And the aerial are the people who are more high, that they are more on front, that they are more on the. It's determined also the comportment and the psychologic. The aerial are more front, and the healthy are more down for health. So they are more down. They are more back. They are more looking and observing. When the aerial people are more on front, and they are more anticipating, and they are more sometimes ambitious, sometimes like no, they don't think too much before they do. It's they are in the action and not in the reflection. So, and the healthy are the reverse. They are in reflection. You are like this. If you can imagine, I'm like this, I'm healthy. So I know how to determine, because it's a kinesiologic testing. So you know how to determine that. But when you determine this kind of stuff, you are able to say what is your best natural position to rest, for example. For me, I am back. I'm not on front. I'm back. So I am on my heel. I'm not on my the point of my feet, so my toes. I'm back. I observe. But when I sleep, when I go to sleep, I sleep on my back. Sometimes I go on the side. Sometimes I go on my back, but my natural position to rest, it's back. And we do some studies with night encephalogram for the brain activity. And we know that when you are healthy and when you are going on your back, your brain is resting much more than when you do the reverse, if you change your position. So for example, when you have a travel and you know that your girls or your guy, he's healthy, you let them rest on the back when they live in the plane. They are like this, and they are. If they are coming front on the little table that you have, you must do the necessary that you can go change the position, because you know that he's healthy. In revenge, when you have people who is on front, so he's on aerial people, you must to set the rest like this on the little table. So that's some detail. If you have, for example, travel from Europe to Australia and you have 20 hours flight or 20-hour plane, you must to set something that they arrive over there with the different time and with the adaptation. You must to don't lose the time that you are in the plane. You must to use that. So that's one of the things that you can help you, for example, with the motion preferences that you can detect and identify, and after that you work with that. But we have a lot of things that you can use for the new way of working in athletes management.
That means for aerial persons, it's more easy to do acrobatics front.
Front acrobatics, exactly.
And for the people who's more ground, it's more easy to back. Back acrobatics. Yeah, and exactly. Have a connection between the breath, because if you say the ground people is more easy for do back, that means the shoulder is more backward in the position when they walk, or yeah, you make exactly. This the talent detection.
Yeah, when you do the detection, you make work the people. Well, some people who are working on the toes, working on the toes, and the people who are working on back. You say the two different work, the two different walking by the low, walking by the high. That's the two different. We have two different walking, two different. And when you are motion preference specialist, you can, the first thing you must to do is the walking. You must to study the working. So if you have some puppy, and you have some people who are complete mix, so you can have some people who are very high, but generally you see the big things. The people who are healthy and the people who are more and back, so they are more in up breathing.
Breathe up breathing.
Up breathing. And the people who are more on front, specialists, are on
lower.
Front, they are aerial, they are in block, they are in round chest, and they are specialists at first.
That means that they have diaphragm masses. They use more diaphragm, like the singers.
Yeah, for example, when you are like this, you are bar specialist, so you can be bar because it's your natural position. So for the work, it's very easy for you. When you have a high breathing, it's very difficult to work on bars with a high breathing. When you check Nina Darwell, she's like this. She's completely naturally, she's in. The people who are out because the chest is up, this one they are like this because they have emotion preferences on high breathing, but they are, and the same with the hips. When you have a high breathing, you have generally anteversion position of the hips. If you have the round chest, they are retroversion, natural retroversion of the hips. So naturally, you can orient it and you can say, if you want to what, I have gymnasts who are healthy, they are very good on front, but they are good on back also. They are able to do double back pike. But if you want to work with the double layout with the complete extension, work with a high breathing. Don't work that with the low breathing. If you work that with the low breathing, it's better to work in pirouette, in twisting. And
because
the
you
same,
have the body shape.
Yeah, and it's the same. If you want to do a technique like orientation of the point, the distal point, when you have the support and you are oriented the things, if you do that with associate, difficult. When you have an associate, generally the associate are also for the statistics are also aerial. They are not groundy or healthy. Normally they are the proportion. You have the priority or the percentage that you have in people are more in category that you have the motricity, the motion preferences. Yes, I think one of the more thing that we discovered 10 years ago, because it's not very long. We discovered this kind of work, and especially with motion preferences. I think it's something that it's opened the door that we can. So I don't reveal how you must to do and how you must to do the test, but it's very interesting to determine. Like, so when I start with the gymnast at the beginning, I have a special sheet for a spreadsheet for the determinant, the motion preferences determinant. So after that, I do all my testing because it's a test for each one. You have a testing, a very precise testing for each one, and you do like this. And after that, you have the motion profile from the girls, and you know that she's this, and after you set the program in reference of what you have. If not, you lose time. You will work with a healthy that she is very on back, and you want to work on front. Yes, you need, but you must do a simple one, not a very complicated. After the complicated cannot. So the skills depend what you are working with, and depend what is the motion preferences for each one.